Before getting into actual syntax and semantics of all these windowing functions, let us get an overview of analytics or windowing functions in Spark SQL. We'll be focusing on the syntax also so that you understand how the syntax should look like when it comes to developing queries using any of these functions that are categorized under windowing functions. Windowing functions are further categorized into three. You can see here. The first one is aggregate functions, second one is window functions, and the third one is rank functions. When it comes to examples for aggregate functions, we have sum, min, max, average, count, etc. When it comes to window functions, we have examples such as lead, lag, first value, last value, etc. When it comes to rank functions, we have rank, dense rank, row number, etc. When it comes to syntax, after specifying these functions, we typically use for clause. As part of the for clause, we typically use partition by if we are trying to write a query with aggregate functions such as count, sum, min, max, average, etc. If they are ranking or windowing functions, we might either use order by as part of for clause or combination of both partition by as well as order by. So these are the things which you need to keep in mind with respect to the syntax. Now let's connect it to itversity HR database which we have created earlier. Let's project employee ID, department ID and salary from employees table which was created earlier, and data is also loaded into the table. You can see the sample output here. We are seeing employee ID, department ID and salary. Now when it comes to syntax of using these windowing functions, this is how it will look like. We have select employee ID, department ID and salary which are regular columns, and then we have aggregate function called as count. You have or clause. As part of the or clause, you just have to specify partition by clause like this in circular brackets with the partition key if it is aggregate function. Typically we don't use order by when it comes to aggregate functions such as count, sum, min, max, average. When it comes to rank, either we use order by like this, or we can specify the combination of partition by and order by. We will see the difference between the two at a later point in time. Also, when we specify order by, if you want to sort the data in descending order, after specifying the column in order by, you have to specify DESC like this. Otherwise, by default, it is ascending. You can also use ASC to sort the data in ascending order, or you can actually give full form of ASC and DESC, such as ascending, descending, etc. So, even with case of lead, lag, etc., which are categorized as window functions within windowing functions, these also have both partition by and order by clause. Sometimes they might only have order by clause. So in this case, I am showing the examples for lead using both partition by as well as order by clauses. This is how it will look like when it comes to syntax with respect to the windowing functions. Let's get into the semantics as part of the subsequent topics. But before that, let's run this to ensure that the query runs without any issues, and also we can see the output. I'm not going to validate whether the results are correct or not. The results might be incorrect or might be correct. Here I just want to highlight the syntax.